Welcome back to class, future fashion designers. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for today's Nova Trail Explainer. If you're studying Class 12 fashion designing, mastering today's topic is literally your very first stepping stone. We're talking about garment categories. See, without a crystal clear understanding of these categories, you really can't draft an accurate pattern, you can't select the right fabric, and honestly, you can't become the incredible designer you were meant to be. This is your foundation, so let's build it together step by step.
To kick things off, I want you to ask yourselves a super simple question. Why do we even categorize garments at all? I mean, why don't we just group a shirt, a kurti, a skirt, a beautiful evening gown, and a massive winter jacket all together into one giant pile and just call them clothes? Take a second to think about that. What would actually happen to our entire design process if we didn't have a system to organize all of this?
Well, to answer that, we first need to define what we're actually working with. In the absolute simplest terms, a garment is any stitched item of clothing that's worn on the human body. That's your canvas. Classification, or categorizing, is just the act of organizing these garments logically based on their specific attributes. That could be their physical structure, how they're used, the occasion they're meant for, or even who is wearing them. It's really all about creating order so that as designers we know exactly what we're designing and exactly what its purpose is.
Here is our agenda for today's explainer. We'll be looking at 1. Body coverage, 2. Demographics, 3. Occasions and seasons, 4. Traditional versus Western, 5. Key comparisons, and 6. Application.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, Body Coverage.
So, there are 5 main categories when we look at how clothes physically cover the human body. First up, we have upper garments. These cover the body from the shoulders down to the waist or hips. Think of your classic shirt or a really beautiful kurti. Second, we have lower garments which cover the waist down, like trousers or a skirt. Now, usually these two are paired together, right? But third, and you really want to pay attention to this one, are one-piece garments. These cover the entire body from top to bottom in a single unit. A flowing gown is a perfect example here, but remember, a jumpsuit is also a one-piece garment because the top and bottom are stitched together. Fourth is outerwear. These are worn over your main clothes, either to add a layer of warmth, like a heavy coat, or to add some serious style, like a blazer. And finally, we have innerwear, like a vest or a slip. Worn directly against the skin under your clothes, their main job is to provide ultimate comfort and make sure your outer garments fit flawlessly.
Moving on to Section 2, Demographics, specifically gender and age.
Demographics primarily split into exactly who is wearing the clothes based on gender and age. For gender, we have women's wear, which encompasses gorgeous garments like kurtis, saris, skirts, and gowns. Then we have menswear, featuring structured shirts, kurta pajamas, and elegant sherwanis. But I really want to heavily stress our third category right here, which is kids wear. When you're designing for children, the rules change entirely. It requires a designer's special, focused attention. Comfort and safety have to be your absolute top priorities. You must select incredibly soft fabrics, designed for a loose, comfortable fit so they can actually move around, and most importantly, strictly avoid dangerous accessories. I'm talking about things like sharp buttons or easily detachable small parts that a child could swallow.
And this brilliantly illustrates how design needs completely shift as the wearer grows. Just look at this age progression timeline for a second. Infants require the absolute softest, safest fabrics and garments that are incredibly easy for stressed-out parents to put on and take off. But as they grow into children, your design focus shifts over to bright colors and high mobility for playtime. By the time they hit the teenager phase, it's all about being trendy and stylish. And finally, for adults, the wardrobe expands massively to include highly functional, occasion-based wear, taking them everywhere from the boardroom to a formal gala.
That brings us nicely to Section 3, Occasions and Seasons.
Notice how much variety a single person has in their closet based purely on context. Let's walk through these 7 occasion categories together. You've got casual wear, like throwing on a t-shirt for running errands. Formal wear, like a sharp blazer for those big business meetings. Party wear, where a stunning sequined gown perfectly fits the vibe. Bridal wear, which features rich fabrics and heavy detailing, like a traditional lehenga. Then we get into the highly functional categories. Things like sportswear, where breathable, stretchable tracksuits are basically non-negotiable for physical activity. Nightwear, like a cozy pajama set for sleeping. And finally, workwear, which is highly specialized to a specific profession, like a chef's uniform or a doctor's apron.
Now, right alongside the occasion, a successful designer must relentlessly consider the season. If you design a gorgeous dress but choose the wrong fabric for the weather, literally no one is going to wear it.
For summer wear, your focus absolutely must be on lightweight, breathable fabrics like cottons. Winter wear, on the other hand, demands warm fabrics and heavy layering techniques like sweaters and coats. And hey, don't forget monsoon wear. For the rainy season, you need practical, quick-drying fabrics to combat all that moisture and humidity while still keeping the wearer comfortable.
Next up is Section 4, Traditional versus Western Wear.
As a designer, you are going to constantly navigate the stark contrast between these two amazing worlds. Traditional or ethnic wear is deeply rooted in culture. It's heavily characterized by beautiful draping techniques, flowing, loose silhouettes, and incredibly intricate traditional embroidery. The sari or the sherwani are just perfect examples of this art form. On the flip side, Western wear is defined by a completely different geometry altogether. It relies heavily on structured, fitted silhouettes and modern, very precise cuts. Think of a really well-tailored pair of jeans or a crisp blazer. Both styles are beautiful, but they require entirely different construction techniques to pull off.
Section 5, Key Comparisons. Let's clear up some terminology.
So let's drill down into some specific differences that future designers often mix up. First up, top versus tunic. A top generally stops right around the waist, but a tunic is significantly longer, extending down to the hips or sometimes even lower. Second, shirt versus t-shirt. And guys, this isn't just about the collar. A traditional shirt has a collar, buttons, and is made from a woven fabric. A t-shirt is collarless and is made from a knitted fabric, which is exactly what gives it that natural stretch. Third, jacket versus coat. A jacket is generally shorter in length and much lighter. A coat is longer, heavier, and specifically constructed to provide serious protection against cold weather.
Let's look at two more really critical distinctions. Pant versus trouser. Pant is actually a very general term that can apply to almost any lower garment with two legs. But the word trouser? That specifically implies a structured, formal styling, the kind of thing you'd wear to an office. Lastly, dress versus gown. A dress is a general term for a one-piece garment that can be anything from casual day wear all the way to office wear. But a gown? A gown is a highly specific, elegant, and usually floor-length garment that is designed exclusively for formal parties, red carpets, or bridal occasions.
And finally, Section 6, Avoiding Mistakes and Application. The most crucial point here is avoiding common beginner pitfalls. Number 1, do not confuse a garment with a category. A shirt is the actual garment. Upperwear is the category it belongs to. Number 2, like we mentioned earlier, jumpsuits are one-piece garments. Because they cover the legs, students sometimes mistakenly call them lowerwear, completely ignoring the attached top. Don't do that. Number 3, gown is the physical item. It's the garment type. Party or bridal is the occasion you wear it to. Don't mix those up. Number 4, what makes something formal or casual isn't just the name of the item. It's the fabric, the precise fit, and the design that actually dictate its formality. And finally, remember that Indo-Western outfits aren't strictly traditional or strictly Western. They are a highly creative, completely unique mix of both design philosophies. Now, why does knowing all of this matter so much? Because mastering these categories is the absolute, non-negotiable foundation of the entire fashion industry workflow. Knowing exactly what category you are designing for dictates Step 1, your initial pattern making. It tells you Step 2, what construction technique to use. It guides Step 3, your fabric selection. And as you zoom out, it's literally the only way you can successfully execute Step 4, collection development, ensuring you have a beautifully balanced range to offer. Finally, it informs Step 5, merchandising and production planning, which is what allows you to actually sell your brilliant designs to the right target audience. So, I want you to actively apply what you've learned today. Here is your practical homework activity before our next class. I want you to look around your home, look in your closets, and just write down a list of 15 everyday garments. Then, I want you to choose 5 of those garments and deeply analyze them. For each of those 5, write down its body coverage category, its intended occasion, the gender it was designed for, and its specific age group. Train your designer's eye to see the categories behind the clothes.
I promise you, look at your wardrobe tomorrow morning and you are going to see it completely differently. You're no longer just looking at clothes, you are looking at structure, purpose, and design intent. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. As society shifts and our daily habits continue to change, what completely new garment category do you think will emerge in the next decade? If you found today's class explainer valuable and it helped clarify the foundation of fashion design for you, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel right here at Nova Trail, and drop a comment below telling me what specific fashion designing topic you want us to tackle next. Keep sketching, keep designing.